thank you everyone for joining this virtual workshop. And again, I'm wishing all my friends, all the participants, all my seniors, all everyone who is available online. Very happy Diwali, safe Diwali. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about the after Koha installation. We discussed about the configuration, what we are supposed to configure in the system, and then we continued that what are the things we have to configure. So in that we saw four things that is very important. The first one is that you need to define the library, then you need to define the type of documents you are going to add to your Koha, and then you need to define the patron category. I mean to say that whatever the users you have in the library or in your college, so you need to have those categories separately. And then you need to define their privileges and fine circulation fine policy. So unless or until you define them properly, Koha is not going to understand it, means how it has to react. So the basic thing is that after defining the four thing, now you are ready to go ahead, but still you will have to configure many things. And unless or until you configure them, your Koha may not give you the desired result. So uh, yeah, I'm continuing the session. Someone is asking that tomorrow what time? Tell me, sir. Let me tell you that today's session we are going to have, and tomorrow's session, as usual, we'll have at 8:30 p.m. in the evening. So there is no change. We will continue the session today, and I will try to finish the portion of acquisition and related aspect, means related options of acquisition, how to use acquisition module in the academic library to deal with all the academic acquisition related issue. Yeah, so we were discussing that after configuring, there may be some other setting also we need to define once you start Koha, but that we will be talking about, means about them we'll be talking later on when we start discussing, and then we'll see that where and what to configure in between. I'll let you know. So let me share the screen first. Uh, I'll open the file which we had already discussed yesterday. Just give me 2 minutes time. Yeah. So you can see that yesterday we had discussion about the four items, and then we have to see that what next we can do. So as I already mentioned that you can use all the modules separately. So I am going to start one by one the process what we follow, keeping the Indian scenario in mind, because in Indian scenario we deal the items in different way, and the same thing is dealt in other countries in different way. So I will discuss first the acquisition as per the rule and regulation followed in India for acquisition of books. So friends, first of all, let me tell you that in India, the concept of acquisition of book and periodical, both are dealt separately, and there most of the libraries they have a section separately in their library. I mean to say that the acquisition section is separately only for the purchase of books, whereas there is a separate section for the subscription of the periodicals or subscription of the e-resources separately. So both are dealt separately. So what exactly we follow in Indian scenario? It starts with, let me tell you, it starts with the step, means stepwise. First is to start with the receiving the recommendation. Receiving the recommendation from whom? Authorized users. Please note that here in every library we follow the steps where only authorized users can submit the recommendation. No other recommendation is going to be received in the library for consideration to purchase unless or until it is approved by the competent authority. So once you receive the recommendation, what next is done? You check the duplicacy, duplicate duplicacy from your catalog to confirm whether this item is available in the library or not. So suppose if it is available, what we do? Straight away we cancel. If available, we inform or means cancel the recommendation with the consent of the recommender or indenter. Cancel or return, the best way to understand, return the indent to whom? Whoever has recommended. If not, if it is not available, then what we do? We prepare the list of all items, all books you can say, or documents you can say, whatever has been recommended. And then after, this is the general means I am telling you the steps. Some other library or some libraries, they may follow some other method to purchase the books. Some of the libraries, they follow the quotation method after getting the recommendation, and they purchase the book. But most of the libraries, they purchase the book through registered vendor or the impaneled vendor, through means all the vendors who have registered themselves with the institute. So they are allowed to supply the books, they receive the order. So there is a process for impanelment of the vendors. So once you prepare the list, you have to take the approval. I mean to say, get the list approved, because after preparing the list, you need to see whether the budget is available or not, because recommendation may be of one book or 100 book or 1000 book, but all books may or may not be purchased, because it depends on the availability of fund. It depends on the approval of the competent authority. Even if the budget is there, the authority may not approve it. There may be many regions, the authority may utilize the fund for some other important purposes. So it depends on the situation. In most cases, when the book is recommended and it is required by the users, so it is generally not denied, but there is a possibility. So once it is approved, what we do, once suppose it is approved, after approval, now the real steps in Koha uh, starts. So in Koha, basically, there are 3 steps to complete the acquisition. Step 1, I'll write here. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. So what we do in step 1, after getting the list approved, it means you have the list to send the purchase order. Now the question is, to whom you are going to send the purchase order. So that only I was talking about, that you need to do impanelment or registration of the vendor or suppliers. So when you get the list approved list, or you have ready list, you can send the purchase order to this vendor to supply the item. So in Koha, how we process, we start with step one, where we search the vendor. In software, search the vendor in software. Once it is there, we add the means create the purchase order. If it is not there, suppose you find search the vendor and it is not available in the software, so we add it manually. After adding, we create the basket. Actually, basket is the terminology used in Koha, but in reality, it is purchase order. After creating the purchase order, we add the items, means books, to purchase order. Means this is the purchase order, and these are the books to be purchased from the particular vendor. This vendor which you have already selected. And once you add the items or books to purchase order, after adding it, we close the purchase order. I mean basket. Please always remember, when I say basket, means I am talking about the purchase order. Once the purchase order is closed, after adding, here you need to do, after adding, take the printout and send to vendor the purchase order, and close the basket, means close the purchase order. So this is the step one we follow in Koha, and this will means you will give some time to vendor to go to supply the books. Suppose, let's say if it is Indian book, so you are giving time of 30 days to supply the book to your library. So now the step two starts after 30 days. Why? Because book will arrive in the library after 30 days. So again, when the book arrives based on your purchase order, so what you do? How will you know that in system? How will you know that this item belongs to this purchase order? So again, we search the vendor. How do we know that how do we know that this vendor has supplied? Because we received the invoice from that particular vendor. We received the invoice. So through invoice, we come to know that this book has been sent by this particular vendor. And when we search the vendor, it will show you this. It will display your PO, means basket. It will display your PO. When you see the PO, you click on receive shipment. Receive shipment. So once you click on receive shipment, it will show you the title of the book which you sent through PO. Means the purchase order containing the number of name of the titles you have sent to the supplier. So the title will display there. Here, once you click on receive shipment, you need to receive it. So when you go to receive it, you click on receive. It will ask you to confirm the details of the catalog. Means you need to define detail of accession number and price of the book. See, when we send the purchase order, so we have some terms and conditions, like with the supplier or vendor, that this book is being ordered and the vendor has agreed through empanelment that he or the supplier will give you 20% discount. So all these things, when you receive the invoice in accession register, after checking all the books, it is not torn, it is properly received, there is no damage. You check the title through invoice and purchase order and physical book. And when you confirm everything is okay, you check the invoice, the price, the discount, everything is okay. So we do the means we make note the record in accession register, and the same accession number we write on the invoice also. So here in Koha, when once you start receiving, you must have the accession number ready before starting the work in Koha. So that accessor number you need to, you will be getting basically two window in when you click on receive button. One, you need to give the accessor number and number of item. You might have ordered for 2 copies. So 2 accessor number you have to add. And the second, you have to confirm the price of the invoice that it is okay. And then you need to click on save, and finally finish receiving. So when you click on finish receiving, it will show you the calculation of your budget deduction, how much amount has been utilized for purchasing this particular book. So your second step is little bit lengthy, but main step is second, where you have to process the invoice, you have to provide the accession number, you have to confirm the price of the book through window, and then you need to close the receiving. So once it is finished, what you do, you just send the invoice to account section, and account section will make the payment to the vendor. And once it is done, again they will update you that this check has been sent to the vendor. So again, here we search the vendor. Here we search the vendor. Once account section makes the payment and returns the detail to your library, you again search the vendor, open the invoice, whatever invoice you have processed, and then add the date of payment, billing, and close the invoice. So you add the record to your Koha that the accession means acquisition of that ordered book is completed in Koha. Okay, let's see in Koha that how we do in Koha. So I am starting the Koha, and I'll show you manually that how we can do the same thing in Koha. Just a minute. I'm starting Koha interface, and I'll save the screen. Okay. Okay, so hope my screen is visible. I have logged into Koha now, and right now I am in Center Village Library, but I will change it to my library, which we uh, defined yesterday. That is the Central Library. So I will change the library and submit it. So my library is changed to Central Library. And now you can see. So let us start in Koha. So yesterday, as I already mentioned, that before starting the acquisition, we need to define 3 things: the currency, the budget, and the fund. So we will be doing that work first, and then we will go to the acquisition module. So for adding the budget and fund, we need to go to Koha admin, and at the right side you can see that there is an option currency and exchange rate. So click on that, and you find some default currency, because when you install you might have taken. I took all these sample currencies and sample record. So that's why it is coming. If you do not take the sample currency, it will come as a blank. And here you click on new currency to add your currency. So I can add the currency here. For example, INR, rate is 1 rupee. Symbol, you can add the symbol. And if it is not available, then you can simply write INR or RS, whatever is comfortable for you, and then activate this currency, because you are going to deal all the payment, all the expenditure analysis in Indian rupee. So if you do not activate, every time you have to ensure that it is done in INR. And now I click on submit. So you will notice when I activate this, it has checked this particular currency as a default one. So next time when I do any payment, or whenever I make I do any work in acquisition module, so it will be calculated based on INR calculation. Okay, so currency I have created. The second option is the budget. You see, the second one is the budget. So in library, basically you may get different kind of budget. The budget may be of your institute library budget. The budget may be of any grant, like UGC has given some amount, or any, suppose you get any grant from some other institution or NGO. So you need to define, because you will be getting the letter. So first you need to define the budget. So generally in India, the budget period is it starts from the April of the year, from the 1st April. So I take 1st April 2022 and it ends on 31st March next year. 31st March next year. I give the description as library budget. So this, how much amount has been allocated for this budget? So for example, I take 10 lakhs. So when I take 10 lakhs, means this budget is under library budget, in which we have 10 lakh rupees, and I make this budget as active. If I lock this budget, calculation will not be done. So you have to make this budget active and click on save. So when you click on save, you notice that the budget is created and the amount is 10 lakh rupees in this budget. But I have not yet defined, or I have not allocated for different purpose. So how do I add the fund? Just I click on that action button and click on add fund, or I can go back, or this option funds, and add the funds to this budget. So from here I can directly go click on add, but add fund. So I'll be using fund code. So for example, BOOK, I will be using for books and monographs. How much amount out of 10 lakh I'll be using? So let's say 5 lakhs I'll be using for purchasing all the items. And see, there is a very good point, that if you want the warning that 90% of the amount has been utilized, so you give warning at what percentage it should just inform you. Or if you want to give that warning at amount, suppose 50,000, 2 lakhs you have utilized, so you just keep the amount that I should get when it has consumed 2 lakh or 3 lakh rupees. Or if you leave the zero, so it will be considered that you are not going to, or not willing to receive any information about the utilization of the amount. I will not suggest to fix it, because you always will be able to see the expenditure analysis in the acquisition module. Now select the library, your central library, and finally click on submit. So now you see out of 10 lakh, the 5 lakh rupees, the period allocated 10 lakh, in which 5 lakh is you allocated for books. Similarly, you can again go and add new fund for library budget. Library budget is my main budget. Here I give periodicals. And for that, suppose I take 3 lakhs. I take 3 lakh rupees for periodical and I just save it. So now 8 lakh rupees have been allocated for two different purposes. Still I have 2 lakh rupees. So I add for miscellaneous purpose. So I give miscellaneous purpose and I give here 2 lakh and select the library. If I do not select, it will be considered for all the library. So now you see all 10 lakh rupees have been allocated to this library budget. Now let us go back to our main menu and start the work. But before starting, you need to do some setting in acquisition Koha administration. So for that, you go to Koha administration, go to global system preferences, and these preferences are one-time setting and globally applicable in the Koha. Whenever you work in Koha, it will be applicable everywhere. So you can see at the left side, there are tabs and each tab has some preferences with their values, which will decide the flow, or you can say decide the output. So I am directly taking you to the acquisition, and in this you can see that there are two preferences, policy and printing, and in policy there are many options with their values. So the first one, acquisition create item. This is very, very important. You need to set it to receiving an order. Why I am saying receiving at the time of receiving an order? In Koha, basically when we add the detail of any book, so it has two menus. The first part where we add all the bibliographic details, in which we add title, author, edition, imprint, collation, subject, everything we provide the detail. But when we save it, it will take you to the second page, that is called item page, where we provide the accession number, the location of the book, the the copy number, and what type of book it is, reference book or whatever. So, and we also define where it is going to be kept. So if you do not select at the time of receiving, what it will do, while placing the order, it will ask you to provide the accession number, which you may not have, because when you are placing order, you do not know which accession number will fall for this book. Or you, while placing the order, you will have to assign that accession number to that particular order. That will be very difficult for you to maintain and manage, because sometimes if the order is cancelled or if the book is not supplied by the vendor, you need to cancel the order, and sometimes you may forget. So in Indian scenario, we follow the practice that when the book arrives to the library, we provide them the accession number. We provide them the accession number and we process the invoice, check the price of the book and send to the account section for the payment. That is easy job for us. So that's why I suggest that you click on adding the item at the time of receiving the order, because that time we will have the invoice and we can process the invoice accordingly. And finally, save the acquisition. You can also make changes in other preferences like acquisition enable file. Yes, do enable the ability to upload and attach files to invoices. If there is any supporting document you want to add with the invoice, you can add. Then warn on duplicate invoices. Yes, warn. Send the copy. Yes, send the BCC to logged in user. And you just order price rounding. Do not round it, because sometimes it may create problem for you. So unless and until you have for a proper order from your authority, you do not make it round. So finally, you just, it is giving some error. Let me check what is the, perhaps it has timed out. So let me check again. Okay, now save it. Yeah, you see, once you save it, so whatever the changes you have made, it will show that the changes have been made to these options. And after that, after saving it, let us go to acquisition. So here, when I go to acquisition, as I already mentioned, that the first step is that you need to search the vendor. Suppose I search for Vimal Books, and I do not have that vendor in my Koha. So why it is not there? Because either I have not added, or it is registered later and till now it is not added. So for example, I consider that that is the vendor is already registered and the detail of the vendor to be added to Koha. So click on new vendor and write here Bimal Books. And then you fill all the detail, and you see it is active. Your list price will be available in the INR. Do not select any other currency, otherwise it will start calculating as per the chosen currency. Invoices price will also be in INR. And then if you know that this particular vendor is going to give the 20% discount for all the book, so then you add. Otherwise you have the privilege to add the percentage at the time of receiving the invoice, processing the invoice. So I will not suggest you to fix the discount here. Delivery time for this you have given 30 days, and save it. So once you save, again you go to acquisition module and again you search. So your work will start with the searching of the vendor. I suppose you have finished your approval list, work up to the approval of the list. And once it is over, you need to get the list and you have to search the vendor. There you find Vimal Books. I search the vendor and now I click on new basket. New basket means new purchase order. So suppose I have, for example, I have 10 books and I'm going to place order to this vendor. So I have to create the order number manually. Please remember, Koha does not create the default, means the default Koha. You can have the customization with the vendor, that is the different thing. But by default, Koha does not create the auto number for creating the PO. So you need to have the register or whatever the mechanism you follow, where you can have for each vendor, you can have the abbreviation like Vimal Book. So VB01. This is my purchase order number. So that can be recorded in the register so that when you receive the item, it will be easy to trace and also calculate the amount. And I just click on save. This is the PO number I created. When I click on save, it will ask me to add the title to this particular vendor. So I click on add to basket, means add to purchase order. I click on add to purchase order. So see, there are many options through which you can add the copy. So I am going to discuss only the empty record today. Rest I will discuss other day from a new empty record. So I click on new empty record. And when I click on empty record, it will open the catalog detail where I'm supposed to give the details based on the recommendation in front of me. So suppose the title is the library classification, author is Tripathi SK, publisher is S. Chand, second edition, 2003. I have given all these details uh, simply. And how many copies you are going to order. So for example, I give first one. First, to understand in a proper way, I give order for one copy. From which fund it is going to be subscribed or purchased. So I select books. How much is the list price, vendor price? So let's say 500. And I know that this vendor is going to give 25% discount. So you see, when I give 25%, it automatically calculates and show me the budgeted cost, that is 375 rupees. So at the time of receiving the invoice, I have to make sure that 375 rupees is deducted. If there is any change, so accordingly I have to make changes. And after that, I click on save. So once I click on save, you can see it is showing my order detail, library classification by Tripathi SK, having ISBN number, publisher name, and edition. All these detail you can see, the total price, the budgeted cost, everything it is showing. And after that, as I already mentioned, either you can email the order or you can export it in the CSV file and print it in your Word or wherever you want and send the manual copy to the supplier. After sending the order, please remember to close the basket. If you do not close, when you receive the book, it is not going to be received in the system. So closing the basket will ask for confirmation. Once you close the basket, then only it will show for receiving the shipment in the next step. Now you may be having the question that why it is asking to close the basket. See, Koha assumes that once the order is sent, now up to placing the order, work is over. So if there are 1,000 order placed, those who have been sent, if it is not closed, it will be difficult for you to search them and it will unnecessarily confuse you. So if you close that, it will disappear from the list. So you will easily know that which order is sent and which order is not sent. That's why it is asking to close the purchase order once the order is sent. Okay. Now let's see, order has gone. I just go home and my book arrives to library after 30 days. Book has come after 30 days. I come to library. I log in with my credential. I go to my means a seat and I see that book has arrived. So what I do, first I will check the invoice, means I'll open, see the damage condition, book condition, everything. I will open the invoice, check the title, everything is okay. I will record it in accession register. I'll add the accession number to invoice, everything is over. Now the same thing is to be processed in the acquisition module. So I go to acquisition module and remember that you have to follow the again the same step, searching the vendor, because you have to find the purchase order. So you need to search that vendor first and accordingly it will show the number of purchase orders sent to that vendor. So search the vendor Bimal Books. When you search the vendor, you will find that your order is there, PB01, and it was closed. I mean, it is sent on 11th of April. So what you do, click on receive shipment. Once you click on receive shipment, it will ask you to add the invoice number. What number you have invoice? Suppose you have received the book from Vimal. So you give Vimal 01. This is the invoice number written on the invoice, and it was shipped on which day, that date you give here. If there is any shipping cost, generally most of the suppliers, they add the shipping cost in the invoice itself, means price of the book itself. They do not charge separately. But if there is a separate shipping cost for that, so you add shipping cost. And also if there is a shipping fund separately defined, so you select. Otherwise you leave it and click on next. So once you click on next, it will show the title of the book which was added to that purchase order. So you can see my purchase order number is VB01, and title, author, ISBN number, everything I can find everything as per my order. Once I confirm, I click on receive button. When I click on receive button, if you remember, I just initially I told you, means I mentioned in my means discussion, that you will have two screen. First one is the catalog, where we are supposed to give the accession number. So here you can see the barcode number we have to provide. For example, I give 100, and I will select the library. By default, it is selected central library. Central library. What will be the shelving location? So on display, because it is going to be as a new arrival for 7 days, suppose, as per your policy. So it will be on display. The barcode means accession number is this. Item type is book. And finally, once I add all the detail to this catalog detail, so I'll click on add item. Now you notice that the screen is reduced because I added all the detail. If it was the condition, if that was the condition where you have ordered for 2 copies, so it would have asked you to add one more detail with another accession number. And when you finish, it will show 2 rows with the different accession numbers. Now you also notice that quantity ordered 1 and received 1. The price 500 list price, but the vendor is giving 25% discount. 375 is the invoice price, and it will be deducted from the fund, books and monographs. Finally, once you confirm from your invoice, click on save. Once you click on save, now it is showing the total expenditure, that 375 will be deducted. And once you are confirmed, click on finish receiving. So your second step is over. Now you see this title has been purchased and 375 rupees has been deducted from your books and monograph fund. Now your work is not over. Only the second step is over, because after processing the invoice, after adding the detail, you will send the PO to account section. You will send the invoice, processed invoice, to your account section. Once they make the payment after 7 days, again they will send you the payment details. So I just log out. Assuming that I come after 7 days to library, I log into my credential. I just come to my seat and see that there is invoice, payment update pending on my table, and I have to update in the system. So I go to acquisition. How do I know that which invoice payment has been done? The payment update would have included the detail. But if I do not know, I again go to search the vendor and again go to invoices. I go to invoices and find the invoice here. So I just select the invoice and go for details. So you will see the same detail which you find at the time of second step, means finishing the invoice receiving. Now you add the billing date here, and then click on close button, and finally click on save. So this is the complete process of purchase, sending the purchase order, receiving the item or the book from the vendor, and then updating the billing date detail to your Koha system, acquisition system. So in the whole process, you might have noticed that there is a one step, that is the common step. What is that? The common step is when you are sending the purchase order, when you are receiving the items, and when you are updating the payment, the vendor is common in all the steps. So you have to ensure that your vendor, before you start acquisition process in Koha, you have to make sure that your vendor is already entered in Koha, and then you start working in the Koha. So this is the one step I have discussed, and means I request you all to please you just have a practice of one book. You just you can go to Koha demo. I will be sharing the link of the ISO image, and also I'll let you know that how you can install in your PC. If you do not have right now that how you can work or how you can practice, so you can directly go to the Koha demo. You just type in Google and you'll get the list of Koha demo. You go to Bywater solution, and there you will find the Koha demo online. There you can practice. So this one book process you practice, and I will not continue the session after this, because we will have the session tomorrow at the same time 8:30, and then tomorrow we will be discussing that how you can process the uh, complex situation, like you are adding three items in the three titles in the same order, in which two have been supplied or one has been supplied, two have not been supplied, which comes later. I am talking about the part supply. Then how we are going to deal that case, then how we are going to deal the case of suppose the order is cancelled or the amount is not matching. All these cases we will discuss tomorrow. So I guess today's talk on acquisition module will help you to understand the acquisition process, and also it will help you to learn the means how we can add the acquisition detail to Koha in a proper way. So, friends, I request once again to please practice tomorrow. Have some time, 10-15 minutes, and practice it. See the video if you have any confusion, and be ready with question for tomorrow's session if you have any doubt or query, and then we'll discuss. If you have any query or question for today's session, so it is most welcome. I'll be happily answering those questions, whatever you means if you have any query or question regarding today's session. So the question session is open. If you have any questions, so please add in the chat box. I'll display here, and I'll also try to answer as much as possible. So I'm waiting for your question now. Meantime, I'll share my screen and I'll show you that where you can get the Koha demo. You see, this is the list of Koha, koha-community.org/demo. So see, these are the sites which are means these are the provider who are giving you the demo version of the Koha where you can have the practice. So I will be suggesting you to go for the number 3 from the top, Bywater, because here you will find EG. You can go ahead with other one also. It is not like means other will not work. I have gone through the Bywater and found it helpful, so I'm suggesting. Otherwise, you can try any other and you can practice there. So Okay, so let me just stop sharing, and if you have any query, I did not receive any query question regarding the session. So I guess you understood the process of acquisition, how how to deal the acquisition in Koha, and tomorrow we will be discussing the rest. So till then, very happy Diwali again to you all, and good night.